What's going on, YouTube? All right, so you're wondering, how do you live a life of intention? How do you become more deliberate and stop falling into the expectations that everybody may have for you? Stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to share some tools that have helped me and maybe they'll help you. All right, welcome back to Mindful Gains. I'm Bryce. If you want any more suggestions and practical tools that will help you dive deeper into your personal development, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so that you know when I drop more content just like this. All right, let's get into it. So first off, I didn't even know what leading a life of intention even meant. If you were to ask me what a life of intention was, 5 years ago, I would have been like, I don't know, skydiving when you want to, sitting on the edge of a cliff in Costa Rica watching the sunset. What I've learned on my journey is that it's about being deliberate in the actions and the effort that I put in to achieve the results that I'm looking for. I had to figure out what was important to me, what my values are. Something that I very much so value is my personal development. I have to be deliberate with what I do on a daily basis so that that value of mine is in the forefront of my life. That ultimately has led me to even making these videos and putting this type of content out. That was one of the big steps for me initially in my journey. And meditation ended up being something that I stumbled across throughout this journey. And I remember one day when I had a really good meditation session. This was in the early stages. And I came out of this thing, and the only way I could describe it at that time was newborn baby brain. No thoughts, no worry. I had to become deliberate about getting in time to meditate. When I first started meditating, I was doing it every day. I was doing it a couple times a day, but I was very deliberate about it. Like, no, I got to get this in. I had to become intentional with that. If I wanted the results that I was looking for, I had to be intentional. If you're serious about something, you have to be willing to commit to it. You have to have that willingness to be able to move things in your life so that you can accomplish what it is you want to accomplish. Those are a couple of things that were very helpful to me. Meditation, not drinking, damn sure had to be intentional with that. Had to be intentional with where I was going, who I was hanging out with, what environments I was putting myself in. I had to be deliberate about maybe not going to the places that I went to so that I could get the results that I was looking for. This all allowed me to step into this life that I live now every day. Some other examples of me being deliberate is my phone usage. When I wake up in the morning, I don't look right at my phone. Like, I might turn the alarm off, but I don't get up and just start scrolling right away. I don't jump into the noise of the world as soon as I wake up. And I have to be intentional about this stuff. I might turn the alarm off and just get up and go about my day, go start making my coffee, get my breakfast ready, make sure that I'm being mindful of what I'm ingesting on a digital level. What I'm looking at could play into my state of being. If I'm scrolling and I'm seeing things that are triggering me or making me laugh, making me mad, that all plays into how I feel in that moment. And if I'm trying to go to bed, it could deter me or keep me from falling asleep and getting the rest that I need. I try to be mindful of how much sleep I'm getting so that I can get the results I need to be productive the next day. If I'm up till 1 a.m. and I have to get up at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning, I didn't get the hours in that I needed to feel like I can function throughout the day. So I got to be intentional and take my butt to bed a little earlier. I also started reading more. Y'all can see that. The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. This book right here was a game changer for me. It started opening my eyes to how much of an overthinker I was. And it really helped me learn to become more present with everything. This is the 4 agreements. This one right here was game changing as well. And you can see it's not even that thick, you know, so it's not that dense. So it's a little quick read, but that it's got some awesome gems in there. And I've spoken about this in other videos as well, not taking things personally, because that is a standout chapter to me in this book. But it's got some awesome stuff in there aside from that. Those were a couple of examples of just some of the books that I read that were able to help me start to figure some of this stuff out. You know, some of the resources I was using to be able to shift from where I was to who I am now. I'm not here to tell you what to do in your life. I'm just sharing some of the things that have worked for me to start to live a life of intention. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. Like I said, I know I was scattered. I was all over the place, but hopefully it provided you with some value to some degree. And if it did, be sure to check out one of my other videos. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Y'all take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out.